position. Boop. God, I just got like 50 times fucking power.
The classic you pushed A when booting up the Wii moment.
Yep. There we go. Appropriate level of volume. Aloha and welcome back everybody to Endwalker. I'm Sam. We are Red Nova Trap Force of Doom. More Endwalker. Last time we've discovered the cause of basically the entire saga we've been going through.
Yeah, that whole section was a trip.
Yeah. It is easily one of the best sections in the game, for various reasons.
And did Red already hit a solo duty where he is?
Yep.
And now we need a path forward. But first, though you and Kryl both have news to share, hers is perhaps the more urgent.
When the quest name is As the Heavens Burn, yeah.
On the appropriate thing. I forgot I had auto text on.
I also still had auto text on.
Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge would be a great boon to us all. Fortunately, during your time on the First, events here have taken a turn for the worse. Ions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. Try and ascertain the where and why of it. Alice and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amonis is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. The province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It's an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Yഷ്ടala and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Heidelin in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. We'll also recall the proposal issued by Master Foshino to the people of Radzat Han. Following their discussion, Vridra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the forum's invitation. So far so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. It was probably the more efficient method. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alice, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. The trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now... the final days have come to Garlemald.
Yeah, I'm afraid that was where we were going with this.
Things are getting worse.
Yep.
Shortly after
It's time for the final days Garlemald edition.
Yep. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Foshino. Then panic broke out, and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make
You
up...
roboted hard that entire line.
Can you hear me? Am I good?
We're still kind of roboted.
Alright, I'm gonna give it a second.
Starting to clear up.
Alright, are we good now?
You are sounding clear.
Okay. And 0 drop frames. Hooray! Fucking finally. I'll explain it in a minute. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link show went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Harrison. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was the first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'd be walking into, so you'd best take every possible precaution.
Right.
So, OBS has this fun little setting under Advanced, where it basically dynamically changes bitrate based on things. I don't know. Whatever it does, it stops me from dropping frames, so. That's a setting I've had on for a while until shit changed for a while. But now it's back on and everything's a-okay. Wrong button.
That's a fun recent thing is, after finishing my most recent Picross game, because it's me, I like Picross for those unaware, after finishing my most recent Picross game, I finally booted up Prime 2. I am at where I've gotten the Dark Suit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been so long since I played Prime 2, I don't remember where that was.
Pretty early, it's your first
Yeah.
upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
after
the
you
one
beat
that
a Borbus.
Yeah, it's the one that lessens the effect of the Dark
Yep.
World's damage.
Yep. I never did finish Prime 2. Harris, not a moment too soon. Guys over Gollum are ablaze, but it's defense on the ground that concern me. As you'll have heard, your fellow Sirens arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greeting short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacius that the Form's airships had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. Dispatch your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. We'll have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. Trust you are ready to depart? On departing from Magna Glacius, several cutscenes, blah blah blah. We're gonna be here for a minute.
Yep.
Hob.
And they have checkpoints. Good.
Yes. We're not that mean.
Okay, if we're already at, like, where the recommended level, where the level cap thing is 8 gig, we are getting close.
Yep.
Actually, we have Dawn Trail soon.
Yeah.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same room we fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste.
That one, like, night.
Calm
Raven
yourselves.
monster thing
Your
was
panic is our
designed.
greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
He says calmly in the middle of a bunch of fucking monsters.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair.
You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Staying in Alpha team up. These monsters are fucked.
Yeah. We're playing as Alpha now. Good thing I've been playing safe.
Command the troops' attention. See to the wounded. Help is at hand.
I love that they
Yeah. Also gives you a neat little, like, look at some of the jobs you may or may not have touched up and out.
He just waits for when I get to the Alpha to another Alpha one.
Leave it to me. So, just as a heads up, the blue skills are healing, the purple skills are health.
Got it. I still don't got it. Game. We were just fine about this last week. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, good, they're already nice and laid out like that.
Yep.
Those who can stand, come with me.
Level air diagnosis is a fun skill thing.
Easy now. Deep breaths.
And diagnosis is just a shield one. Okay. Yeah.
You're safe now.
Another one with the cylinder-looking one with the rings and stuff is the shield that I keep putting on you guys. The atom-looking ones are just straight up.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
And the one that looks like a big swirly ball is a off-global cooldown heal. Give me a big shield. Everyone gets the doses.
Doses for shots, and then normal. That's a paint buster. Guess I have experience, healer.
Yeah.
Prognosis. Oh, look away.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
I need to see which one is first. Okay. Alright, this idolizer's almost dead. It's at 30%.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Shield.
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then? In time enough to be of aid, for once. We can speak of it more later.
Every time I go to reapply the shield, that's
For
what's
now,
happening. Plus,
we
there's
must
this
fight!
Very great timing. And it's
To repay your salvation in kind, or with better!
Back in my
For
like
Garlemald has her
that
pride! Of that I've no doubt.
Playing Scholar up until like end of Stormblood, I believe.
Yep.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
Hello, not a beholder.
Oh!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Round 2. Fight.
Let's see you back.
Yeah.
This works out. You've been working it out.
Yep. It took a while.
It's all about me getting a fucking body swapped. I love how they say you know who because there's no way they'd be able to just voice line your name.
Yeah. I wonder if Simple Bay would have done a better job there.
I mean, let's be real. I don't think the business dramatic guys are broken sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright. Now the fun part is how different is her layout compared to mine. Okay.
It's very.
Fine.
When you're playing as the other character, it gets much more simplified.
Yeah, like having all the in one like Alright.
Yep.
watching the Allica gameplay and thinking, oh, that doesn't seem that complicated. No, it's complicated.
Yeah, no, there's a lot more buttons than in what they're showing.
Like, all that gave me that one slot, that's like a whole section of the toolbar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NPCs have what they call NPCs.
Yep.
That is a... Not only is that more simplified, that's also just the single target stuff.
How else it doesn't even have the whole ass computer.
Nope.
First, I remember, what class is Raha again?
He is basically... He actually has access to it.
Like, this is like...
I'm not done yet.
Right now, he is being either black or white, depending on what skills he needs to employ.
So he's like the more classic style of that context.
Yep. He does have a paladin, though.
To worry about.
That would be very much appreciated right now.
Yeah, all melee combos.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
I love how it is the, like, actual melee combo you do. Like, all the melee moves, and then, like, all the player. Holy sword. Yeah, play with holy.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
And...
I love how both Mia and Raha have
Oh, God.
Yeah. And done.
My lacerator is at 65%.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to
myself
bring
a
them
bit.
back.
The fun
Thank you for
part
saving
about
our
both
lives once
characters
again.
in this party, being a mage type class,
I remember
got
you,
lots of healing
from
being
Purusha.
done.
You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece.
42%.
Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Let's look at the scorches.
Look out!
Volley and the scorch. Oh, that's fun. What's that light filler? Bang. Oh. Oh boy.
Get out of here! Quickly!
They see from
I
the trailer.
Oh, that's
Lose
exploding.
Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Ooh, limit break, that'll work.
Yeah.
Vermilion Pledge. Yeah, that's
This
a
is a
sick limit
sick
break
limit break.
game. For once, I actually used the limit
Get
break.
it together,
It didn't,
Alizé.
it didn't finish it
You're
off. It's at like
embarrassing yourself.
1.6%, but
And in
hey.
front of father, no less.
Man, what does Elsie get to cool?
You might never measure up to our champion.
That's right, babe.
But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
Red Duo have killed the red monster.
Yeah. Hey guys, miss me?
Oh,
It's precisely why you should never skip your squat.
I can look after myself, you know.
Get over here to the NPC.
She said the thing.
Everything's in order, I trust?
Yeah, don't hit hard.
I've had enough of this rabble! Come on!
Up in the town we're talking about.
Yep. She said the thing from the trailer.
Rio for the ages.
Well,
I remember as someone who had a thing on leading up to the release.
Just the beginning.
you know?
Fuck you, buddy.
I'm looking for that in blocking.
I had a feeling I'd find you. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
Elephant's a little wood down after that remark. You enjoyed it when I went through, but now we'll have to wait. I'm glad this was one of the stories team up here. But you know how Analysis uses stuff within the trade.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing. It's a funny my
Then diarrhea. Red Nation cat mother.
Leave the healing to me.
My job too well.
This last ranger is so fun. I'm in your Goodbye. Oh, hello. God,
Where were we?
I don't have to worry about you.
You say what the fuck.
What else? everyone gets hit.
Sure.
Even you.
Took a good chunk of it. Also, duty complete.
Ooh, that's a... What are these gravity fields deals?
They're just AoEs.
Okay.
That some shrink, some grow. Keep an eye on that.
Reverse stacking. Always fun.
First stacking.
That's just kind of what I call those, like, purple ones that target everybody. Because, yeah, you don't want them
You
all
must
stacked
board
up.
without delay. The ship will depart
Usually
ere
we'll
long.
just refer to that as spread out.
Your offer to host us
My
in
brain's fun
Charlian
with
is most
terminology
appreciated.
sometimes.
But will the final days not soon fall
I'll
upon
definitely
it as
remember
well?
reverse stacking, though.
I've definitely used that in previous sessions.
Your hesitation is not unwarranted.
Anyways,
The
have a flare.
satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety,
Placement
even
and a
in my
holly.
homeland.
I love building up my meter to do 2 combos in one.
Fun times.
What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you.
Alright, enemy is at... Oh, that is an actual stack. Let's help you out there, Alpha now. Alright.
That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there,
that's
and
fun.
beyond to new horizons. Come to old Charlian,
Oh, alright, go over here.
please.
Alright, the Vanquisher is at 20%.
We would be fools to
Yeah.
refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
Melee
Seems they've a
combos.
new destination.
And have a haul.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering.
Scorch.
The march to Garlemald
And
will
a
only bring
Versta.
them more, short though it may be.
And dead.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
It's always fun when, as you're prepping your spell to end
Yes.
the combo, you just see
Well.
the enemy's health get to below 1%. It's like, oh, you're fucked.
Behind you! Just there!
Yeah, if there's one thing 14, one of many things 14 is really good at, it's building up those you going to help everyone else out moments.
Oh, for sure.
More of them.
Just the fact you're able to pretty much always make the you teaming up with your actual story party hype is great.
Yeah.
Xenos! Here! You'll be alright. Hurry to the airship.
This idiot.
Oh boy.
You are not wrong.
We're also ahead.
Why have you come?
Yep.
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is and has ever been my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected
Those
bloodlust.
coats look so warm.
I mean, in Garlemald, I would hope so.
So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Well, I'm noticing on the nameplate. Did the middle part get changed?
Yep.
Would you be happier had I
When
a
did that
good
happen?
reason?
Somewhere around the time he got shot to the moon, I think.
What?
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome?
Basically, he is now marked as a traitor.
If so, then
Gotcha.
perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos!
Just like see.
Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
I'm very interested to see where Fortuno's character goes from here.
Yeah.
Also, goddamn, what a scene in general.
Yeah. Hello, Alice. Hey. See Xeno standing there, so uncaring and unrepentant. What? I don't know what came over me. Just blurted out the first thing that came to mind. Looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, one aspect of Xenos I really do like is that, yeah, for as much of an absolute bastard he is, like, the fact that he does try to just stand by what he does.
Yep. He is out for himself and he don't give a fuck. Alright. Level 88. Outside help. Huh. No.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives.
Away.
Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuno Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
Will this be given another chance?
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
Yeah, like, you do remember what caused him to do what he did before being rather extenuating circumstances.
Basically,
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuno. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait. Did you hear something just now?
All right.
Ah, yes, this bit.
I was not expecting his ears to actually perk up. Funny. What's going on here?
Going on is Bidooey.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Oh my god.
Dawn may banish even the
I was expecting to see
darkest
the
night,
Lolorits today.
Nope.
and to this bitter clime bring
Like, what the
warmth
fuck are
and
you guys
comfort.
doing here? Hi, Ariane J.
'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
He's shaking.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Uriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom? Marvelous, they say,
Thank you,
yet not
Hemingway.
an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Uriange's inferior works no more. Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom?
A poor pudding way.
Yep.
Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it?
Very true.
Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Actually, that's just like,
forgive me, but are they?
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. Way, Hydaelyn's right paw! That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you
To be
deem
fair,
fit.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
May thy disciples banish this darkest of nights. Good to have you back.
I am no esteemed philosopher of Eld. Nevertheless, 'tis my hope that what little knowledge I shared shall serve them well, and perchance help save us all. Wilt thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Damn it, Pudding Way.
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
God, imagine if they gave us playable Loperites.
God. So small.
So small. They're not even that much shorter than I am. I think one of my favorite bits from that is just Alicia going, Urianger, aren't you cold? And him just shaking, going, yes, please get me a fucking jacket.
Well, you know, in Urianger style, he says it.
Yep. The best part was they actually animated him shaking to go along with it.
Yeah.
A small detail, but a good one.
Yeah. Now I'm just imagining Pudding Way on the ship, but it like just with piles of pudding like S's in one of the Blue CGs.
I dare say Master Fortuno was as nonplussed as we were, to learn the identity of Hydaelyn's lunar custodians. You will soon discover they have much and more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? May yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra.
Hello. Who are you and what's your plus mark about?
I believe that is sightseeing log stuff. Oh, look at those fucking northern lights, dude.
Will, once this NPC's done talking, good lord.
God, I love this map.
Yep.
I love this city.
Logs. Oh yeah, those are nice.
I fucking love Charlian. This place is so cool.
It's not like you get Northern Lights that are that subtle.
Yeah. Me taking the long way just for the sake of taking in the atmosphere.
Just feeling beautiful since I've been over at this portion of Charlian. You know, been mostly at the actual, like, main building part.
Yep. We usually just kind of gather around the annex. That's the cake from the moon.
I sometimes forget how good this night theme is.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
There's this path down here. Plop.
Yep. Yeah, Charlene definitely has my favorite music out of all the major hub cities. And that includes the one we'll be going to next expansion.
Oh boy.
I mean, the one's next expansion isn't bad, it's just I prefer this.
And one group recap later.
Yep. Not that I'm complaining, Ariane, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. Extolling the virtues of Atheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Leopards a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Words. Friar tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. News to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, so I'd rather hear them first. To what revelations...
You guys are gonna want to sit down for this.
Yeah. To what revelations did Heidelin's Upas flower lead? Oh boy! It's like, well... It all started several thousand years ago.
By Heidelin.
Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nadana's theory. For an entity, through sheer force of emotion, to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of ether. For stars so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Meteor. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she's been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, destruction of Atheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. Have but one aim, to defeat Meteor. Make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteor and we deliver the world from the final days. If you can attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteor escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vana, the woman who would become Heidelin. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and the Vana you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Atheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Meteor? The Vana I know would never give up. That's my impression too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? You must find a means to reach Meteor. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communing with Heidelin must by necessity, come first. Do you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. We enlisted the help of Arenvold and other Echo-blessed allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even from within the Anti-Tower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, built closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we just received word from the Forum. Presence is required in the roster where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. And Father was able to persuade them. Sounds like a chance to get our answers. Finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say.
I can only imagine what the Elizabeth that might still be in the tower, I forget if you went away from activating that portal or not, would be thinking.
I don't know, actually.
The Forum.
Yeah.
Which would be...
The Rostra.
Right, the Rostra.
Hello. Search the Rostra close the visitors. But we've been invited. You'll be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Just transnational discourse in the heights. It's a war expressly forbidden.
Makes sense. The arguments can get rather heated. Do not want to come to blows.
No.
Through the Forum to leave the weapons outside the Forum.
And waiting.
I wonder if that line of dialogue changes at all if you're in a Disciple of Hand job.
If you are, they're not even going to progress the story, sadly.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
You are the diplomat of the group.
Yeah.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
In we come.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, You must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
Damn, they're good.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
They just... oh shit.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Lot of haters.
71 in favor, 28 against.
We need to decide
The
now.
ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
We have an in. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But we require both a means of communing with Hydaelyn and reaching Meteor. So at the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. better than banging wrenches on it.
Yep.
Going underground. As instructed, I shall take you to see the ether runner. Meet me outside the Archeon. Trust you can make your own way there. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. How else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Now for the other half.
I like to think that Fortuno is just debating internally. Did this count as him going against his word and scheming? Does this count? Fine. There we go. And I finally have the logs. Yeah, I just quickly got that tight seam spot that was right there.
Probably just teleport, but whatever.
Yeah.
Labyrinthos? Yes. Alright. Ah. Yep.
Why did it say unable to accept teleport?
Were you still transitioning in?
I was still loading, yes.
That might be why.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Alright.
Our destination lies in the lower levels. The Forum, in its wisdom, has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Step inside and have Opheline take you to the medial circuit.
Over here.
Yep. Much more direct path this time. Hello. Lift. I have sent your associates ahead to Logisticon Alpha, on the other side of Mariel Agronautics. Actually, there is something I've been meaning to... No, never mind. It can wait. Let us attend to the matter at hand. Okay, then.
Oh, that's very far to the south, that next current.
Yep. Good news, we'll be heading over in that general direction shortly.
I sometimes forget about these veggie monsters, and then they show up in another Final Fantasy.
I was about to say.
Like, they've been around for a long time for the franchise. It's just, I keep forgetting about them until I see them.
So, fun fact, actually, these little leaf dudes here, little leaf monsters here, you can actually get one as a mount.
Yeah.
You have to do some crafting stuff, though. You get it.
I'm sorry, you can have how many goddamn rows of skills lined up?
Yes.
Like, I was thinking, okay, if I just right back around, it'll probably put me up at, like, row 5 and put me to the row that has mount on faster. No, there's 10 goddamn rows. What the fuck?
Yep, there are 10 hotbars for your customization.
Like, how clogged would the screen be if you had all 10 visible? Good lord.
Yes. Thankfully, you can do stuff like change their shape, change their size, change how visible they are to begin with. Advances on. Water is drawn from the underground and dispersed as vapor, stimulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. Hold on, how do you know so much about it? Why, Father brought me here as a child.
He read up on a thing called rain dance powder.
What? Left me behind? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with Grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking Father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. It's all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, grow inured to the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the leopards in recreating a similar environment, I've come to view such processes in a new light. Subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. There's no mere coincidence. Hey, look, a bot in my chat.
Always fun.
Ever since Heidelin unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Atheris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation for the Great Exodus. But that is not all. It is also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loporrits have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I've arranged for you all to enter the Central Circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out, the construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions and will have free rein to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust. Your trust. Then let us proceed. Yay, daytime theme. Hello.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking on it, knowing that this expansion is where Hildebrand comes back, I fully expected him to interact with Charlian somehow.
I ain't saying shit.
I know.
The ether burner is being constructed not far from here. Seeing the workers Kokol Dankol, after whom the forge is named. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars. This way. nighttime theme in this place.
It's a nice song.
There we go. Should actually be pretty close to here. Gorgeous.
So we're doing the same thing right now.
Looking for that damn ether current.
Yep. West.
There it is.
So... yep. Alright, come on, Magic Tech, let's go. Can't recall on that tune can be.
Yeah, it takes a few seconds. All right. Hello, fellow Lalafell.
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Does sound familiar.
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Huh. Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace.
Ah, that's why.
As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner
Also voices,
burns ether,
Hancock from
ambient
Stormblood.
or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperids?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Of course he does.
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded.
Stola, do you not remember who
As I recall,
Graha is?
the record stated it was vital to Dalamad's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it, though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Or do we?
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
Why, yes. The White Raven's ghost. It haunts me.
Heavens, are you all right? You look pale as a... Well... Let's put that battle from your mind for now. Deep breaths.
The memories of T9 flooding back to everybody.
Fucking Bahamut coils.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously...
I love when the dialogue options call
Thancred,
back to
is the link shell we
infamous
established
parts
before
of
you
the
went to
game
Garlemald
with
still
the
active?
base.
Of course. The floor is yours.
Landslides. Dear God, the landslides.
Just you.
What's all this?
Oh, calling on some friends.
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward.
Oh my God, Heavensward reference.
This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Of course Alphino would end up referencing his character development moment.
Yeah.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at
We've
once.
spent so many experiences building up the cavalry. Time to call them.
Yeah.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad.
You have no idea.
Any road, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Find a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog!
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
It's a little funny because obviously names sometimes escape me with this. The White Ghost, that was the one that was really fucking me up during the Bahamut coils, right?
Yeah. It's the one that was fucking all
okay.
this up.
Yeah, I figured. God, those coils did not hold back.
Nope. Early game attempts at difficulty were rough, to say the least. This crap like that is why the coils are not in normal raid roulette.
Correct. That's why I started at level 60 instead of level 50.
Yeah. Now, if they just retuned them, then maybe.
Yeah.
It's time like these we're reminded of how famous, or infamous, Alphino has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Oh, and who might that be? As for me to know, and you to find out. And on that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck!
The power of having a really good diplomat.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
and they're probably like, "Uh-oh, what's she scheming right now?"
Because I'm trying to remember, was Cryo Alphino's teacher or basically his senpai?
Basically his senpai.
Okay.
I don't think Cryo was ever a teacher.
Our course of action is clear.
I
we must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
I always forget how poofy her dress is.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
She very poofy.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet,
When we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to
Not about
rebuild
knowing how
our
to even get the
broken
merchant
realm,
guy on board for this.
did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Meanwhile, in the Black Shroud.
Odin.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
I sometimes forget just how tall bows can be.
Yeah.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk.
Hi, Lise.
So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
What makes this extra great is...
While it pains me to admit
started
it,
in Gridania. Lise
you are
was
right.
One of the two
Our
scions
deficiency is so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
I forgot her last name is Hext.
Yeah, it doesn't come up too often.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Meanwhile, in Kurthus.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already...
Meeting an old friend.
That was a roar! A dragon's roar!
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honorable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Let's see Sorobon again. Nick. Sorobon, I have a favor to ask. And for to the end, I present Danger Noodle. Alright. Everyone doing shit.
Woo! I'm wondering if this might be a good spot to stop.
Honestly, probably, yeah.
Yeah. This music is gonna be played for a while. Alright. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. I might see you later with the CGGP, guys. Might even resume that rando I did the other day. Anyway. We will be back next time with maybe the next dungeon. Just a bit of running around, but nothing.
We got through a good bit of story today.
Oh yeah. We're getting towards the end, so there's going to be a lot of story. Alright, anyway. Goodbye.